Okay, so hi guys. So I want to do this video really quickly. For this one, it says solve x cubed minus 13x squared plus 47x minus 35 equals 0 using rational root theorem. Okay, so the goal here is to solve this using rational root theorem, and I will show you guys exactly how it works. So what you do is you get the factors. I think it's the factors of the first term over the the factors of the last term over the factors of the first term. So we're going to do the factors of negative 35 over the factors of 1. So the factors of negative 35 are plus or minus 1, plus or minus. So basically, factoring, like doing a factor tree, 1 and 35, and then we have 5 and 7, and 7 and 5. So basically, it's plus or minus 1, plus or minus 5, plus or minus 7, and plus or minus 35. And then we're going to do it over plus or minus 1. Now, the goal is we can figure out and see and plug in using either synthetic division or by literally plugging it in the calculator to see if this is true for any of the following, for any of the following numbers, to see if it satisfies this equation. So, we're gonna say, so for example, if I do 1, so let's say I do x equals 1, so we're gonna test x equals 1. So when you plug it in, 1 cubed, and by the way guys, I don't know if your teacher or your professor lets you use a calculator. If they do, it's great. I want to do it without a calculator to see, just to see exactly, like, to show you how to do it. So, excuse me. So, basically, it's 1 minus 13 plus 47 minus 35. So this is equal to negative 12 plus, and then 47 minus 35 is 12, so that's 0. So 1 is a factor, right? And what about negative 1? So negative 1, if we do negative 1 cubed minus 13 times negative 1 squared plus 47 times negative 1 minus 35, this gives us negative 1 minus 13 minus 47 minus 35. When you see they're all negatives, it means it's going to be a negative number, so this cannot work. So negative 1 cannot work, right? Basically, the possible roots are 1, negative 1, 5, negative 5, 7, negative 7, and 35, and negative 35. So we already know that negative 1 does not work. What about 5? So if we plug in 5, we have 5 cubed minus 13 times 5 squared. And again, well, if you want to use a calculator, you can. So when we plug it in, we find out, so if we plug it into the calculator on Desmos, so let me pull up Desmos really quick. So if we go to Desmos, graphing calculator, so if we literally plug in 5, so let's see, we're gonna do 5 cubed minus 13 times 5 squared let's see, and then plus 47 times 5 minus 35. So as you can see, 5 does work, right? So we know that 5 works just from plugging it in. So 5 is a root. At this point, you can either do two things. So you can do, so we know that the factors are x minus 1 and x minus 5. You can do polynomial long division or do synthetic division to find the other factor, or you can keep going. So we can test out. So we already tested 5. We know that 5 does work. What about negative 5? So we know that 1 works, negative 1 doesn't work. 5 works. What about negative 5, right? So, sorry guys. So, if we plug in negative 5 here, so as you can see, it gives us negative 720. So that doesn't work. We know that negative 5 is not going to work. So we can cross it out. What about 7? So 7, we do 7. Oops. Sorry, guys. 13 times negative 5 squared, so we do 7. So 7 does work, right? And we need 3 answers because it's x cubed, right? It's x cubed, so we need 3 answers, so 7 does work. So it also works. So the solutions for this polynomial equation are x equals 1, x equals 5, and x equals 7. So these are the solutions to the polynomial equation. Okay. You can, of course, you can use a calculator to evaluate it, or you can use synthetic division. Honestly, either way works, as long as you do synthetic division correctly. I know that some teachers don't allow calculators, so they just allow those students to do it by synthetic division. So, yeah. So basically, the only thing that I really don't like about synthetic division is that if you have a root, so x equals 1, then you're gonna have to do, well, that would be a root. So I guess in reality it's not that bad. You would have to put these numbers in a box like this, and you have to put all the leading coefficients, all the coefficients of the polynomial. So like 1, negative 13, 14, and negative 35, and then do all that stuff. If you guys want, I will post a video about that. But this is I guess this is the other way to do it if you don't like doing synthetic division. So yeah, with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know. Please like, comment, and or subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.